What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Gabe here, and we're here with another Jason's Pokemon Journey in Firered, continuing with Part 10. So, as you know, last time, Part 9, we boarded the SSNA cruise ship, and now we're still on the cruise ship. And yeah, we're still on the cruise ship, and we're about to face. Oh yeah, better not drop that yet. But you might be figuring it out right now if you seen the thumbnail, got a good look at the thumbnail. You probably can figure out what I was about to say. So anyway, we're here. Ooh, excuse me, and just in case you're wondering, it is not 2:09 in the afternoon. It is 2:09 in the morning. I've actually this is actually recording this not too long after I recorded Part 9. Sort of between shifts. They got off of a night shift, and I have to go back up to a morning shift about 6 o'clock. So yeah, I thought I'd do this. Doing this. Then I'll probably get me a little sleep there before I go in there. Yes, I know it's kind of odd there, but you know, it's just how we kind of do sometimes between. At least that's how I do it there. Some of y'all watching, if depending on how, what kind of job y'all got and what kind of different shifts y'all got, especially if you're especially now I only have one, like clock in type job. But I got, people I know who have like multiple jobs and they be like working all day. It's almost like day and night there. And I'm not talking about, well, Gabe, aren't you kind of working now with, your YouTube content and your books and stuff? Yeah, when I say clock, that's one reason why I mentioned clock in job. Because see, something like what I'm doing here with YouTube or my books, this kind of stuff is done, just when I do it, and I'm not, I'm not having to answer to a corporation or anything for this type. For what I do here, like the way I do on my day job. But I know there's some people that be working like, say for instance, like maybe they'll be in Brookshire's, then they have to be a bread vendor, then they do DoorDash or Instacart. So yeah, ahoy there, are you seasick? No, but I am still trying to get rid of this cough there. Probably gonna have me some tea after I get off work this morning. After I get off my shift coming up, I'll probably have me some ginger lemon tea. Yeah, pretty much had Robitussin and stuff like that. Now, I will say, I have actually now when I recorded the last video, I still was blowing my nose, stuff like that. I haven't had to blow my nose or anything recently. Today. Only thing that I'm still just battling with is the cough. And I've heard from somebody, it's a lot of times, even when you don't even like say, well, I'm over the cold and everything, but sometimes that cough just still won't leave you alone for it. It does go away, but sometimes it's like the longest thing that takes like the longest to, go away. Even when you're not, you might not even be congested or anything. It's just that darn cough. And I notice, with me, and I'm kind of noticing me talking here, like it seemed like it's affected my voice a little bit there. Like, I'm still speaking strong, but well, somewhat strong, but it's like something holding my voice back there. Yeah. Of course, you guys know that Yeah, you really gonna, when it comes to my voice or speaking, yeah, you pretty much, I'm in hope, and I hope and pray this don't happen now. Yeah, because that would be pretty bad. But yeah, as long as I don't get no laryngitis, and I should, yeah, because then I wouldn't. Yeah, not only would I not be able to do these videos, but, well, let's just say, things might be the same on my day job, because I still could be able to do it, but yeah, I'd be having to, like, do sign language and write stuff down. Yeah, that's not gonna, yeah, like I say, yeah, it's not gonna. Like, oh, what's wrong? You can't speak. What is it? Timmy fell down the well. It's a movie title. Yeah. You know how when you try to sort of making me think of when you try to play charades there. Oh boy, kind of an odd thing to open up a conversation while playing a video game with there, but what can I say? Stuff happens, Yeah, stuff happens. Ooh, see. Ooh. Yeah. As far as like me, being up at this hour now. Now, actually, this doesn't really have anything to do with, my condition or anything. This is just some, like, what it is, a lot of, like, see, I don't work the night shift, like, every day of the week now. Usually it's just, like, 2 nights out of the week that it's like 12 to 8. I usually have, like, 2 days, sometimes one. But a lot of times it's 2 nights that I have that I work 12 to 8. Then there's my morning shift, 6 to 2. And then there's some cases like Thursday coming up where I work 9 to 5. So the thing with this is, like the day that I'm recording this, I've worked, fighting type. The day that I'm recording this, I actually worked 12 to 8, and I gotta go back at 6 a.m. He's like, well, you should be asleep by now. Technically, yes, but the thing is, Queen Tina, she's all of her shifts are 6 to 2 this week, and most of the time, yeah, recently that's what she's been working. So my thing is, this is just from my perspective here, and there's some some of the reasons behind it are kind of personal, but like I say, like again, everybody kind of got a different way that they do things. So from my perspective, I come home, I get me something to eat, something, especially since I got to go back up there now. Now, of course, if I was working if I was either off tomorrow or working another 12 to 8, then, I might, I still probably wouldn't eat. I mean, I wouldn't just eat like a buffet or anything like that for dinner, but, I'd probably get a pretty good sized meal, and then just stay up. And this is what I do. Okay, so since both of us go in at 6 o'clock, she usually gets up a little bit earlier because she got to go a little bit longer distance. She got a longer distance to her Kroger than I do. So, like it's 2:17 a.m. right now. So, about 3 o'clock, I'll probably between like 3 o'clock and 3:15, I'll finish what I'm doing right now and go wake her up. And while she's up, getting her breakfast and getting ready and everything, I'll take me a short little nap. Then about 5 o'clock, she'll wake me up and I'll let her, because I'm parked right behind her, so I'll let her out. And say, as soon as, she drives off, and that's, like, okay, see you later, baby, I love you. After that, I'll come back in and get myself ready. As soon as I'm ready, about no later than about 5:30 or, well, actually about between 5:30 and 5:45, because it's about like a 10-minute drive to my corner. So 5:30, between no later than 5:45, drive on out the driveway and get to my work, and probably have me a little breakfast on the go, which is basically just some hard tarts for today. Most of the time it's usually cereal and some clementines, a couple of salty dogs, stuff like that. Yeah, kind of little filling there. So anyway, let's see. Already using bait. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the right back out. So anyway, so yeah, that's usually how I would do for getting off 8 o'clock and then have to go back home to a 6 o'clock shift. Now with getting off of an 8 o'clock shift and say I'm off the next day, or I don't have to be there till 12 o'clock the next day. Well, after I see Christina off, and have me a decent little breakfast along with her, having her breakfast. Then after she, leaves off of work, then I come back and get me some sleep, and about 8 or 9 o'clock wake up, and sort of just get ready for it, but not like the same way for a 6 o'clock shift. But yeah, probably take care of like some other things before I get to work though. Yeah, so that's just how I do it. When coming off of night shifts there, but that's usually only for like 1 or 2 nights when I have that kind of thing going. So every other morning, that's like 6 to 2 or 9 to 5, stuff like that. It's pretty easy there. I go in, like her, and then just pretty much be normal. Yeah, go to bed like normal and stuff like that. So the 12 to 8 shift is the one reason you're seeing me up doing this. As you see on the clock at 2:20 in the morning. So now may still not fully understand. May not seem very normal to some of y'all, but like I say, again, if you're depending on how maybe you guys work out with your day job, or if you're working at night or something like that, or depending on just what you do in general, be it the day job or other things that you do in your life. It might not be this what I say might not be too strange, maybe a little different, but yeah, it might not be. You probably might not even think nothing of it, Yep. I'm gonna switch games. I gotta keep everybody leveled up. Guess PGO's gonna be kind of last there. Oh, I thought he was a trainer. Okay. Alright. Okay, got more. So there's only a couple of trainers over there. Alright. Now I gotta face the one. Now, this is not a trainer. I've journeyed far and wide in all my travels, but I've never seen any Pokemon that sleep like this one. It went something like this. Oh, Snorlax. Oh, thanks for the foreshadowing there, buddy. Notice I didn't go back up to the, that room where I could just, completely. If it's necessary, I might do that still, but yeah. But only if it's necessary. We got 2 trainers here, so. Save. Almost like that, like they say in Spooky Castle. Save. Okay, seems like it. Okay. seemed like the cough was sort of dying down. I hadn't coughed again yet. I'm still probably gonna get me some ginger lemon tea. Yeah. One thing I heard, actually it was Christina that heard this. It was I think I want to say it was last January, but last January she had a really bad cold there. I mean not like bad, but it seemed like it was never gonna leave her. Like it seemed like she kept waking up, coughing and like sniffling and all of that. And I was like, and yeah, one thing about it, you have a cold, sort of like Tony said about Pepper and Iron Man, like, oh, I don't want to catch a cold, stuff like that. So yeah, I was wondering, like, okay, is this cold ever gonna go away? So one of the customers heard her kind of cough while she was doing her job, and mentioned to her, asked her, had she ever tried ginger? And she said no, she had not. And she said, well, I might want to try some of that in some tea, and that could really help, clear up your cold and everything. And sure enough, it did. It actually knocked it on out from what seemed like it wasn't gonna go away. So, but yeah, that's what I'm definitely gonna do. I took a dose earlier last week. But the thing was, I didn't have the cold at the time I had the tea, though. So I'm going to have it in response of treating this directly. So yeah. Not very effective, but it did do quite a bit of damage on it, though. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna switch. He's gonna still level up now. The other one. Look like they might both level up together. Yeah. I'll go with quick tap. Ah, there we go. That did the trick. Double level up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm all out. Yep. Also, another thing to share. I'm pretty sure this ought to be up before then, but yeah, if hadn't been, as I say, there is a video on this. If you hadn't seen it yet, we do have a video up where Christina and I were touring around the LSU campus last week. And yeah, that's where we're going to be at May the 2nd from 10 to 4, selling our books and everything. Yeah, during the Children's Book Festival. Yep. And also now at the LSU, on the LSU campus. And also, it's going to be sort of a debut for Christina's Paulina novel, the first Paulina novel. It's pretty much from her comics that she actually, her Bubblina comic series. She has 5 issues of them, much like I have 2 issues of my Yumiko comic. And after those were made, Photoshop kind of gave out on us. So I can still draw pictures, but I send them over to Casey to get covered in detail, like the ones from Unique Novel 3. So for I should have had Charmelia up front. Okay. I should have had Charmelia up front before this battle started. Anyway, so yeah, so her Bubblina novel is pretty much, it's pretty much going to be what her comics were like, but there are a few things that she made some changes to. You'll definitely have to get you a copy of it in order to find out what it is. We should have some on-hand copies arriving some point next week before the book signing. Since it's on Saturday, May the 2nd, so we should have it arriving in time to have for to sell at the signing, along with all the books that we're gonna have with us there. So, yep. Like I said, I got to. Excuse me. And I did have planned to put Yumiko novel 4. I wanted to put it out before. My plan was to put it out in May, and it's still a possibility, but it might be a little late because I got to get a couple of pictures drawn for my cover. For the Bubblina novel, I actually used some, just for the first Bubblina novel, I used some pictures from her comics and sort of got them arranged with a little editing there for the cover of her first novel. But her second novel, yeah, I'll probably draw up some new pictures, and of course, just like Yumiko 3, have Casey edit and detail them. I got it for Yumiko 4. I got to draw a picture of Brownie and his villain. So yeah, so Case can edit and detail them, and color and detail them. So this is now she can yeah. I actually asked her about it. Yeah, before before I hadn't. I said, well, I gotta get. Okay, well, I'm gonna get the pictures and then I'll send them to you, Case. But I've already asked her about it, if she'd be able to even, which she is. Because matter of fact, she even said yeah, I would prefer you do that there. So in order to help you out. So, but I still make sure that she's able to, to kind of, make sure there's, not crossing with anything she might have planned or something at that moment or something. Just like my mom with proofreading there. So she should be able to do that. She told me, yeah, gotta kind of give her a few days there. And funny story is on Yumiko 3 for Star Striker, it took her a while on that one because she had told me not to outline the sketches, and I did not listen. I really should have, and I definitely apologize for that. So yeah, the program that she uses to color and detail stuff, yeah, it works a lot easier when she outlines it first and then does the coloring and stuff. But yeah, she had to practically trying to re-outline what it really kind of threw her off a little bit there. She still was able to get it done, but yeah, I gotta make sure I just sketch it and do not outline it there. So that way, that won't mess her up there. So yeah, that's what I'm definitely gonna try to do. First chance I get before this month is over. So that way, at least no later than the end of May, she could have it done. And like I say, the latest it can possibly get done by, yeah, it can, because I gotta also get the proofs in too. Probably do that while she's coloring and detailing the pictures. So chances are it could possibly come out at the end of May, and if it doesn't, it'll probably just be somewhere in June. It'll be somewhere in June, because probably end of May. Hey, I just got it done. Here you go. So yeah, and then go through the publishing process and so on. So that way I can get some on-hand copies. Cut technique. Wait, say that again. Small trees can be chopped down using the move cut. But remember this, cut is an HM technique. Once learned, it's not so easily discarded. Yes, I've seen some Pokemon ferry people across the water. Oh, I bet with the surf HM. So yeah, Oh, we'll go back in there. So the surf cut HM, it's sort of a permanent thing. Once you teach it, it cannot be forgotten now. So, yep. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with the books there. Make sure y'all definitely get y'all some copies there of the ones we already have. And I will definitely make sure to have a video of the first Bubbleina novel with Christina once they arrive for her. They have her, show them off and everything. Darn it, I got the switch here. I'm gonna fight fire with fire. Most of the times, fighting fire with fire. Okay, mega punch him before he roars. Most of the time, fighting fire with fire usually backfires. But in this case, I think we could use this to our advantage. Talk about a close one there. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna keep Charmeleon now because I need him to stay ahead of the others there. At least 2 levels ahead of everybody. Keep up the mega punches. Charmeleon don't play. This Ponyta, but I remember an episode when Ash rode a Ponyta though, in the Pokemon Grand Prix race, I think it was called, and then during the race, Ponyta evolved into a Rapidash, which growing that since Rapidash has a horn, kind of makes her look like a unicorn a little bit. X attack. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put Rat Trap up so hopefully Rat Trap can evolve before, at least during this video. And I can switch him. I can switch him probably with Geodude. Have a couple of ground types there. And after this video, I definitely need to. First chance I get before I start the next one, look up, I don't believe I saw you at the party. Definitely need to look up, Nidorino's attack list so I can see if there's any attacks that he needs to learn before I evolve into Nidoking, so. Okay. Copycat. Hyper Pain. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's switches. Most of Rat Trap's attacks are physical, so don't want to take no chances. Let's go with that. One thing about electric Pokemon, kind of the attacks that require close contact are pretty risky, because sometimes, like say you use tackle or something like that, you run the risk of your Pokemon getting paralyzed from the static electricity that's on the electric Pokemon. Take it easy. Okay, so let's go and do that switch. Rat Trap Maxima. Oh wait, okay, never mind, I did. Okay. Alright. Well, you put a super potion now. Okay. Try to hold on to Sparky, and I'll definitely leave him a little bit. more rooms here. Oh. Me and my dad think that the Safari Zone is awesome. I wish we could go there again. Have you gone to the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City? There are many kinds of rare Pokemon. Guess we'll have to when we get there. Okay. The captain said he's awfully sick. He was all pale. Ooh, Lord. I hear many people get seasick. You know, I actually went on a cruise with my cousins there. My cousins and my aunts, and my aunts had warned us about seasickness there. And we did have some seasickness, but we didn't think we would need it. Me and my cousin were saying, we don't need no seasick medicine. We were wrong. We got on this ship, and yeah, so we did take it, but it took a while to take effect because we were supposed to take it before we got on the ship. So, yeah, I remember watching Bridge to Terabithia while we were recovering, though. Bonjour, Jason. Imagine seeing you here. You were really invited. Wait, so how's your Pokedex coming along? I caught 40 kinds of friends, pal. Different kinds everywhere. They crawl around the grass area. Look hard for them. I meant to have Pikachu on the floor, but okay, I'll just go with what I got, yeah, because they had a flying type, yeah. Okay, well, let's Hyper Fang this Pidgeot. Wow. Well, I will say, I probably wasn't expecting me to send out Red Trap, though. Might have to switch. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I might switch there. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna fight a little super potion. Big still in. Okay, I'm gonna try to quick attack. There we go. Yeah, so Rat Trap's gonna evolve. I'll learn focus energy, huh? Let's see what he got. Okay, yeah, we get the tail whip there. Alright. Eradicate, huh? Alright. He's about to evolve to Eradicate. Alright. That sound Eradicate makes. Here's karate chop action. Oh, I bet you he blocked the Hyper Fang with the karate chop. Super effective. Let's finish off with a low kick. The low kick ain't finish off the Hyper Fang. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? Hey, I'm gonna get Tony on you now. Yeah, what about you telling me with a sound? Ooh, there we go. Alright, super effective. Alright, next. Well, Tony at least leveled up there. Dabber, but yeah, I better switch to his poison type. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go Ethan, yeah. Alright, let's do some quick attacks. Yeah, keep the speed up there. Ooh, talk about a lucky one there. What a... Oh boy. Alright. test this out. Alright, then Mega Push. Yeah, I think this is like I'm gonna. Yeah, I better go back to Pidgeot. Well, yeah, let's go to Sparky. Yeah, no, not quite coming out the way I'm thinking it's gonna come out. Yeah. Thunder Shock. Super effective. Okay, well, at least it paralyzed them. Thought it would have done more damage than that, though. Yeah. Water gun seems like it's doing the damage that Thunder Shock should have done. Okay, let's stay paralyzed. Thunder Shock. Knock that out with a quick attack. Oh, no. At least you're raising your Pokemon. Alright, Rat Trap's evolving. So now we're gonna get Eradicate, everybody. Come on. Huh. Scary face, huh? First he learned Focus Energy, now he learned his Scary Face. That was, well, a little different, but it's making me think of Rat Trap in the actual show Beast Wars becoming a trans battle. He said he was... I heard there's a cut master on board, but he's the seasick old man. Cut itself is really useful. It'll be really handy. You should go see him. Smell you later. Alright, well, let's go see this guy. Save first. So, let me see what the captain's gonna say first before I tell you guys. Yeah. Oh, I feel hideous. Oh, seasick. Rub the captain's back, huh? Ooh, thank you. Feeling much better now. Want to see my hidden cut technique? I could show you my prize cut technique if I weren't so ill. I know, you can have this, the hidden machine. Teach cut to your Pokemon, and you can see it cut anytime. Using cut, you can chop down small trees. Why not try it with the trees around Vermilion City? As long as I don't get in trouble with the Lorax. Here's the Lorax. He speaks for the trees. So along with the seasick thing, there was before we even left for the cruise, there was this moment where I think the night before we left, well, actually not before the cruise, before I left to, cause first we had to, it was a cruise from Mexico, by the way. So first we had to go to Houston. We went to Houston with one of my aunts that was over there. So I had one of my aunts drive me and my cousins over to another one of my aunts in Houston. The night before we left for Houston, I had this whole container of watermelon. And my mom was like, don't eat all that watermelon at one time. I was like, it's watermelon. It ain't gonna, I mean, it's good for me. Yeah, it is, but yeah, and you see it sailing off now. But it's like, oh, but apparently, yeah, if you eat too much watermelon, you do get a major stomach ache. And I learned that the hard way. And I was like, I told you so. Then the next day, yeah, you think, would have learned I think I would have learned my lesson there, but the next day, both me and my cousin didn't listen about the seasick thing. Well, actually, not the next day, but the day after that when we left for the cruise. Yeah, we didn't, and because of that, we didn't take the seasick medicine and got on the ship, and next thing you know, we were seasick. Yeah, once the ship started moving. And took the medicine, but it took a while to take effect because we should have took it before we left for the cruise. So that's definitely have to listen. Yep. So that's since I done completed that. Excuse me. I'm gonna sign off so I can get me a little nap there before I go in. While wifey's as soon as I wake wifey up to to get her breakfast and everything there while I'm taking a nap. And like I say, I will definitely I gotta switch my Pokemon. But that's it for the day. Definitely make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Definitely get our available books. And also definitely support us on the Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe does. And also you can support him, check out his stuff, and definitely his stuff like his reactions to Hey Arnold, Ed Nettie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, One Piece, Naruto, and Spy Family. And also got my work cut out with me with Rocket. But anyway, also definitely support the Miracle Crew, yours truly, King Gabe, Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, Janara Nelson, and of course, EJ the Supreme. Also, definitely hang out with us on Facebook, live stream, and on Discord, and the Silly Joseph Supplement McCary app. And with all that said, we will see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna do some off-screen training. Get some Pokemon trainers over here. And when y'all see me record for part 11, we will be facing Lieutenant Surge. Oh yeah, going into his gym. So until then, see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care, everybody.